Welcome back to my channel and day 11 of the Halloween Advent Calendar from Brutus, Monroe. Oh, looks like we're making a shaker card. Oh, I've got all sorts of stuff I can play with that to make a shaker mix. This would have gone well with a card I made not yesterday. I think I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit and get some supplies together, and then we will make a fun shaker. So I will grab some stuff up and I will be right back. Okay, I decided to pull out and keep out the Spooky Friends stamp and die set and use that to create our shaker card. I also am going to use a kind of a, I think I'm going to use this little, I don't even know what to call, what is this, arch type die. This is just, you know, it'll kind of mimic maybe like a gravestone. So I'm thinking about using that to cut. This is probably going to be our shaker element. So let us stamp this out in our Raven ink. And then I will color it with some markers. I will color it full, you know, like normal speed, and then I will speed it up. It's gonna be some pretty basic coloring because it's the jack-o'-lantern and the Happy Halloween. But I'm going to use some of the colors from, I'm probably gonna grab a pattern paper of some sort. Haven't pulled one yet. I'm thinking about the Halloween Treats set and doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this ready to go. I'm gonna finish stamping these out, get them die cut, and then I will be back. Okay, I'm going to use some Olo markers to color. I don't really do a ton of shading, but I do a little. I do a 2 or 3 color blend depending on the item. So I'm gonna go around complete around the outside edges of my pumpkin here with the darkest orange, OR 4.5. And then I most likely will color it in with just one, but every once in a while I throw caution to the wind and I grab a lighter color and I add that in as well. I'm gonna color in all of the edges, you know, where the shadows might be. You know, this could be lighter color, but I'm gonna let it be the darker orange. And then I have my 2.5 here, my 2.4. And right around, because these are kind of harsh colors, like, and I don't mean harsh, I mean they're far apart. A lot of times I'll go back over with the darker color and feather out a little bit, and that tends to help. Or I go find a very light version of the two colors and put them there. So I'm going to speed this up while I finish coloring. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, I got a bunch of my pieces cut out here. I took a piece of the Halloween Glow card pattern paper, and I used that arch die to cut out a window. I'm going to put a piece of acetate behind it. I've already added some double-sided adhesive. So we're going to make this shaker card fairly quickly here. You can use packaging, you can use anything you want. I just grabbed this piece because I figured use it up, and I cut it down. And then I just grabbed some foam tape from my stash, and I'm gonna cut a bunch of pieces off. Everyone does this a little bit differently. Well, before I do that, actually, I'm gonna stick this back on there. I've got my card base here. I have a piece of scratch gray paper that I just cut down. I went to my stash and I found a piece of or a stamp set that would work. It's a retired stamp set from a long time ago. I don't even know if that it's not, definitely not available anymore. It's from a company that I used to buy everything from. I'll buy a bunch of stuff from, not everything, but a bunch of stuff from. And I'm going to use this as rest in pieces. And I thought that would be kind of cute. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh shoot, I'm going to cut that too short. That's okay, we can make it work. Yep, I cut that too short, but that's okay. We're going to cover it up. So I'm going to put that rest in pieces right there. So I'm going to attach that first. And I made it a little bit bigger so that hopefully instead of the whole background, because you're not going to see it, hopefully we're going to stick it on my little card panel here over as close as I can, but since we're going to have it kind of covering up anyway, we'll put our card base down. There we go. So that way it's right here, because we're going to put this guy in here anyway, so you're not going to be able to see it if it's any lower. And this is going to be just kind of like a tombstone. That's one of my thoughts. I'm going to grab my foam tape. This is just some foam tape from my stash. And I'm just going to go ahead and first thing I'm going to do is we're going to butt it up against the edge here. Now, one thing I can tell you that it is a lot easier sometimes if you take the release paper off. Now, I probably should have used a smaller piece, but if you take the release paper off your foam tape, you can usually bend it a little bit easier, and then you won't have the gaps. Because if you have gaps, then you tend to lose your inside pieces of your shaker card. And I am notorious for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. And it's very sticky, of course, because I took that release paper off. And butt it up against, and then I'll just stick this other piece down over here. And then to keep it all about the same width, same dimension, I'm just gonna add some more foam tape and fill it in so it doesn't shrink. Hope that makes sense. Now there are many ways you can make a shaker card. This is just one of them. I'll grab just a little bit more foam tape. I do kind of want to put a little bit more on this closer to the edge here because I don't want that to shrink down. And then I'll just throw this piece in right here. And I'll put this piece in right here. Now I try to, like, I can leave this piece down. So we're going to peel all of our release papers off first. And you can anti-static powder tool your acetate if you want. So there's no sticky edges. There's all sorts of different things people do. I'm going to just go for it. Okay, so to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, I'm going to put a little bit of, a little bit of I might have to poke this because I did not cover this up last night. Let's see, I'll just see if I can get another one of these open quick. Yeah, this one will work. Add a little bit of liquid glue, and that's just going to help with just a little bit of wiggle room because foam tape is very sticky. You usually get one shot at it, and once you get it down, it's stuck. And then what we're going to do is we're going to peel it back just a little ways. Hopefully I did this right, because I am, well, we'll try it. We're going to try it. Put a little bit of our pieces in right here. There's all sorts of fun little pieces. Oop, I lost a little, looks like a little ball or something. Let's see if we can get that to stay in there. Okay, we're just going to go for it. Stand up here. And we're just gonna stick it down. Oh, see, my foam is over just a, let's see if we can move that over just a hair. I might have to cover that up because I did not get it over all the way. That looks like schmutz. There's some clear pieces in here. There's all sorts of fun things. We're just gonna go ahead and center it on my card. There we go. And it's going to be a little staticky because the, you know, the plastic likes to do that. That's sometimes why people use the anti-static powder tool. And then I will go ahead and we're going to glue down our little pumpkin. Don't need a lot of glue because this is a very sticky glue. Glue him down right about here. Once he's dry, I'll flip him over, cut the hand off there a little bit because that'll just extend it a little bit, and then we'll add a little glue to our sentiment. I will link anything that's available for purchase separately down in the description box below. They will be affiliate links, which just means if you place an order using one of my links, I get a small kickback, which no extra cost to you, but it does help bring content to my channel, so I appreciate it. If you have been enjoying my channel, please give me a thumbs up if possible. I love getting them. I'm gonna trim this off all the way to the edge of this. I love the response. I appreciate all of it. And consider subscribing if you'd like to see more, and I will see you back for day 12, right? Yeah, 12. I'll talk to you later. Bye.